Belinka.
Thank you so much, Toby. And such a very great gesture from Product Dive to all the members of Product Manager Africa. Don't forget to visit pmafrica.co/register for you to have access to the promo from Product Dive. So now we are moving up. We've heard a lot of product managers speak. We've heard a QA engineer talk to us about their roles in delivering successful products. There's a set of guys. We always see them as funky set of human beings. And we have with me this evening, we have Ayobami. She's a product designer, and she will share a little bit about what product designers do and their major roles in developing a successful product. Welcome on board, Ayobami.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you, Ayobami. Welcome.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Sure. I would like to share my screen. So basically, this evening I will just be briefly talking you through how I started in product design, my journey so far, what I typically do as a product designer, and just about three products I've worked on, and just a closing remark. So let me just quickly share my screen. Just a minute. Okay, so I was sharing my screen. Okay. Yeah, so can you see my screen now?
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. What am I working on? Okay, sure. Yeah. So while that goes on, so I will just start with how I started in product design. So I will just run through it. I'll just speak through it because I think I have to close Zoom for me to share my screen. So I'll just run through what I have to say. I think sometime in 2016, I was just reading an article and I stumbled upon a profession called UX design. And I got really interested because then one of the compliments I had in my where I was working was that, oh, you have a great eye for design. You need to improve on the skill. And I'm like, what else can I do aside design PowerPoint, which was what I was doing then. So I stumbled upon UX design. I started reading up on it, and I got really interested, and I started taking courses, and it was something I was so interested in it. I went to my boss and I told him that, you know what, see, I think I want to move into UX design. How can the organization help me, right? So I was posted to the technology arm then, and back then I was just doing research, like product research, researching on products and all. But I wasn't feeling fulfilled because I needed to, and I wanted to experience the entire spectrum of UX design. You understand? I wanted to be able to not only research, I wanted to design, I wanted to test, I wanted to do lots of things. So I resigned from my job then, and I applied for an unpaid internship somewhere. Luckily, I got in, and that's how my career in product design started. Once again, my name is Ayobami. I'm a product designer with Descasio. Descasio is a cloud computing company, and I work from Lagos, Nigeria. So as a product designer, I feel like I'm like, I have several personalities because sometimes I have to be a UX researcher. Sometimes I have to remove the hat of a UX researcher and then move into the role of an interaction designer, or move into a UX designer, all of these roles together. But at the at the core of what I do is, the need to solve a problem. You understand? I'm trying to create a product that actually solves a particular need, be it organizational need or an individual need. And that's what I basically do as a product designer. So right now I'll be describing like things I do in the office. So if you come to my office, you'll practically catch me. So designer, you need to be able to research into your users, research into your users, research into the problem, really dig deep into the problem you're trying to solve. Of recent, since I joined my recent company, I've been doing like less of research because I have a really good and competent product manager. Can you guys hear me? I just really.
Yeah, we can
Yes, I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yes, we can. We can.
So okay, yeah. So right now I do less of research work because I have, as I said, I have a competent product manager. So she does a whole lot of the research work. I contribute and also do my own personal research as well. But I mean, for extra gig, I know I have to carry on the entire research work myself, and it's an interesting process. Research is one of the most important things, to be honest, in the product design process. So as a designer, that's one key thing you need to learn. You don't jump into UIs and then say, I'm a UX designer. No, you have to learn research. Absolutely research. And some of the deliverables during research includes like my personas. You have your use cases there, your customer journey, your user flows, and a whole lot of other activities involved. Then after research, the next thing is design. So with my design, at that point in time, I'm coming up with things like information architecture. So from information architecture, I then jump into things like my sketches. For me, sketches are like really, really, really important. Like sometimes sometimes I might not work on wireframes, but my sketch, my pencil and my paper, no way, we are friends. So I do a lot of sketches, almost every single screen, I sketch them out. Based on time constraint, I then move into mock-ups. If I have a lot of time with me on ground, I would work on wireframes. If I don't have, I would just jump into mock-ups. So with my mock-up, I'm trying to design the first draft, just come up with basic screens based on our requirements, based on the requirement that has been defined at the beginning of the project. So once I'm done with that, with the mock-ups, I always share with my product manager, I always share with the engineering team, because it's a collaborative process. So you need to also present to them what you have so that we can fine tune, so that we can discuss, okay, is this possible? Is this needed? The engineers can come in and say, what, this might not be possible this way because of performance issues and all of that. So we have all these conversations. And after that, once we have our first draft of design, then we then move into testing. One of the most important things something that is really important, which a lot of people also ignore, is to test before development. Because if you test before development, you have making changes is not costly. At that point in time, you can quickly make changes to design. But by the time you move into development, and then you're now realizing that things are not working well and all, it's more difficult to make changes at that point in time. In fact, the engineers will be really reluctant. Even as a designer, you're just reluctant to make all those changes. So for me, it's important that you test before engineering. And then, as one of the speakers said, when you're saying testing, some people think it's a big thing where you have to set up, a set up a laboratory, not that deep. Sometimes it's not that deep, you understand? And budget for testing. So you have to test you have to look for unique and creative ways to actually test. So testing can involve, just calling your friend, that fits, that is similar to the persona you're designing for. You just call them, hey, babe, guy, please, I need to test this thing. Can you come to my place? Let's work on this together. Or your fellow colleagues at work, you understand? So it's not really we shouldn't think about it as one, grand event. This is not good. I think this can be done better. Oh yeah, this is great. And one of the things you then do is that. So from this feedback, you and the product, what do you think we should do? Should we proceed with, or do you think we should place it in our icebox? Do you think it's something we can visit later? And then you have all this conversation, and then you come down to a final, hello? Can you hear me?
Thank you. Yeah, we can hear you.
The final. Okay, so you come back to your final requirement, and after that, then as a designer, you go back to the drawing board. So you need to start making changes based on feedback that you have gotten so far. And the next thing is after feedback, after you've implemented the feedback, then development. Development is one of the most interesting phases because you are practically fighting with your developers and engineers. No, this thing is not like this. This design is this color. No, this is FA, and this is FF. No, the button is 2 pixels away from the right position. That drama can be really exhausting sometimes. But it's also interesting because sometimes you also get to hear from their perspective why they get to take some decisions and all of that. And it's really an interesting one. Sometimes you have to then, you call the product manager. The product manager has to intervene and say, you know what? No, we're doing it this way. You're doing it that way. And sometimes it's also not their fault because developers don't, most of them don't have eye for designs. I'm sorry to say, I apologize. So they don't know the difference between certain things. They don't know the difference between
Thank you, Ayobami.
And that's it. So after development.
Hello, Ayobami.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We actually running out of time, so we think if you can quickly round up in 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. So after development, I just move on so we launch, and then you also have to continually test your products as well. You need to measure the performance. And I have some products I've worked on. I've worked on a HR platform called TAMS. It's a platform that was designed for majorly Nigerian market, worked on also mesh data, data analytics too. On a closing remark, I will just say this. As a designer trying to launch into design, one of the most important things you need to do is to invest in yourself, take courses, network with fellow designers. And that's one of the best ways to grow, And as for business owners, for CEOs, please stop being stingy with your product. If you need to hire a good designer, please hire one. You understand? Hire a good one. And trust me, you will not regret it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ayobami. Thank you so very much. We strongly appreciate that. Yeah, so you've mentioned a whole lot of things that's really touching, and I hope the engineers will not come after you when you leave this.
That's why I apologized. I'm sorry.
But that's good. I think you're still better friends with engineers than product managers most of the time. So